Good morning. So nice to begin the day with you. A big smile on your face. I hope this morning we're not talking politics. We're not talking anything controversial. We're going to settle into a good book this morning. What do you say? Kelly Flemings has two for us to read today. One of our co-workers, Alondra, is already excited because she says one of them that you brought, you can't put it down. So
oh no, it's fantastic. Great to see you too, Julie.
So, okay, the last time you were here, you had some Halloween books.
Yes.
And I have been not on a good reading trend lately. That's really bad of me. I think I'm reading a book and I can't get into it and I keep trying to. So, but the one that you brought last month, do you remember them?
I brought the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
That's the one. Our coworker Jason Wright came running down the stairs and he said, "Oh my gosh, that is such a good book."
Oh good, I'm so glad he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he did. So tell us about these.
Well, the first one is one of my all-time favorites. It's a middle grade, so it's 4th to 8th grade, but I've turned a lot of adults onto it. It's called The Unwanteds. It's a series. There's 7 books in the series, and it's kind of this wonderful twist of The Hunger Games meets Harry Potter with a little bit of Lois Lowry's The Giver in it.
Oh, wow, that's a complicated
It's
mix.
fantastic, and I know I'm going to get some hate mail over this, but I actually enjoyed this series as much, if not a little more, than Harry Potter.
Why would you get hate mail over that?
There's a lot of Potterheads out there that are diehard.
But her early books were slow.
Well, she was developing her craft and really starting to learn it. Whereas with Lisa McMahon, she launches right into really great storytelling, wonderful characters. And the thing I love about it is so many of the issues, even though it's kind of a fantasy world, the issues that the kids face are issues that kids in real life face. And the way they go through it, I believe, helps kids to deal with things like loss, with friendship, with bullying, all that kind of stuff.
And this is a contemporary work. I mean, this has just come out, right?
It's actually been out for over a dozen years.
Oh, a long time.
But I've read that series 5 times, and I've run 3 book clubs for kids off of it.
Okay, so is The Unwanteds the first in the series?
This is the first one in the series.
Okay, so that's the one to read. And what a great thing to do, parent and child.
Oh, definitely.
Together.
Especially where it is a middle grade book, like I said, but grown-ups get into it as much. So it's a really fun read, and it brings up a lot of topics that parents and kids can talk together
Remember
about.
when the Percy Jackson books came out?
Yes.
And my older daughter Emily walked around the house like this, like she bumped into doorways reading that book. So how great if that's what this one does.
Oh, it's wonderful.
This one looks like a Thanksgiving harvest book. What is this one? The Fabled
Well,
Earth,
I'm thankful for it because it's an excellent book.
Okay.
It's by Kimberly Brock. She's actually native to North Georgia. She lives outside of Atlanta now, and it's her 3rd book, but it is a standalone. And it is just the epitome of rich, lush Southern writing. It takes place on Cumberland Island down off the coast of Georgia in 2 different time frames, 1939 and 1952. I hope I got those right.
Okay.
But it's about storytelling, and back in 1939, fictional, there was a huge Gilded Age party by the Carnegies, and there was a bonfire that night, and lives were lost, lives were ruined, and then you see the aftermath of that down the road in these 3 female characters. If you're a big fan of Southern literature like Pat Conroy or Flannery O'Connor, then you're going to love The Fabled Earth. Okay. And I hope you don't mind, I had a quote that I came across in this book that I absolutely love. I wrote it down to make sure I didn't get it wrong.
Okay.
Every one of us has a library we're carrying around right inside of us. All those stories just waiting. Did you know that's why all stories are ghost stories? There are ghosts, and we give them life to walk through this earth and keep us company. Ooh. And this is just a rich, beautiful story about storytelling because there's folklore involved about the South, and it really clashes with the reality of what happened that night in 1939. coming back around.
And those barrier islands of Georgia are really spectacular. Have you ever been to Cumberland Island?
I've never been to Cumberland,
Okay.
but I've been to the area. And
you take a ferry to get over to Cumberland Island. I have a brother who lives down that way. But you know, Jekyll Island is where you have all of the ruins of the Carnegie and Vanderbilt homes, and the Rockefellers were down there. And so it's not a stretch at all.
Oh, no. And her writing is so vibrant that you feel like you can watch the mansions crumbling right before your eyes. She does such a wonderful job with it.
So that quote you just read, if you read it again, I might interpret it differently, but that basically all of us are walking around with a story.
Exactly. Whether it's our personal stories, other stories that have shared with us, storytelling bridges gaps. It brings people together. You find common ground within yourself and within other people that, you know, no matter what your beliefs or positions in life stand, there's something that connects all of us, and it's found in our stories.
I've been telling people, I'm not going to get into it or tell you the name of the movie, but my husband and I went to see a movie over the weekend, and it was not at all what I expected. And so there was like a kind of a letdown in a way, because I was expecting one thing and got another. But then the more I've been gone from the theater, the more I reflect on that movie. And it's been a long time since I saw something that made me do the thinking for myself, as opposed to telling me what to think.
Those are great.
It was a great movie. And so when you read, it stirs up emotion in you.
It does.
And causes you to feel.
And this is one of those books that you don't plan to rush through. You sit and savor it.
Okay, my friend. Okay, I'm going to cozy up to a good book. You do the same thing. You can find Kelly, by the way, at the Soddy Daisy Community Library. It is a free membership. If you are watching, you can be a member at no cost.
Doesn't matter where you live.
And they do so much outreach in the area. You can learn more at kelkurtfoundation.org. There's their Facebook page. Go see them and find either the Unwanteds or the Fabled Earth. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you.
Hi, I'm Trevor. Welcome to the Hemp House. Let me show you where the treats are.
Our selection of local products allows the Hemp House to bring a little calm to life's journeys, whether you're blessed with 4 legs or just 2. The Hemp House, 4 locations to serve you, or online at hemphousechat.com.